lovelies. It's nice to be back with you. It feels like it's been ages. Anyway, my name is Joanna. I am the designer behind Mojo Stitches, and this is my channel where I talk about stitching and fun things like that. So welcome. Grab yourself a cuppa. I have a black coffee with me this morning because it's very early. I'm trying to get in before the neighbours start, mowing lawns or using whippersnippers or leaf blowers. I hate leaf blowers. I don't think they should be allowed. So we'll see if we can get this in. Grab yourself a cuppa, because this is going to be a long one. I have a lot to show you. So sip. Okay. A lot has been going on in Mojo Stitches world because I am just back from the second Stitching in the Mountains retreat that Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs and I put on. This is our first wintertime one, and it was fantastic. We had such fun, and big thank you to everybody who came. There was lots of familiar faces and lots of new ones too. It was a wonderful mix, and we held it at beautiful historic Glenella in Blackheath. And Blackheath is renowned to be very cold, so it was a wonderful spot to have a winter retreat. We had a roaring fire, and it was just super fun. And it's I kind of lost my words because it was a big retreat, and it was super fun because it's a big guest house, so a bunch of us stay there overnight and others stay nearby, and we have a 24-hour stitching room. Lisa's up late, I'm up early, so it caters for everybody, and we have super fun up there together. It was really nice because this is our second one. Like, the first one was really good, and the second one I'm like, ooh, we're hitting the ground running this time, so I feel like they're just going to get better and better. And this one was extra fun because it started to feel kind of familiar. And one of my favourite moments of the retreat, I overheard somebody, I can't remember who it was, but I overheard somebody's, talking about, going out for breakfast. And it's like, oh, we better go soon before the tourists get here. And it's like, yeah, no, we're locals now. It was super fun. And just so wonderful to see everybody's beautiful work. And it's great for me because, I work by myself most of the time, and to suddenly have all these wonderful stitchy people around, it's a real joy. So thank you. We are doing another one in November, the summer one, sort of end of November, beginning of December. I think we have a couple of spots left, and there's always cancellations at the last minute. So if you would like to come, head over to my blog at mojostitches.com, and you'll find an expression of interest form there if you would like to come. And yes, big thank you to everybody who was there. We also, extra big thank you because we run a raffle to raise money for the Older Women's Network, specifically for housing for older women who are the most at-risk group for homelessness in Australia at the moment. Something that means a great deal to me, and I was super grateful. We raised $561, which is a lot for a relatively small group, and I know Older Women's Network are very grateful as well. So big thank you to all the attendees for that, and also for those who in the stitching community who donated something for our raffle for that. So big thank you to Jay from Jay's X Stitch, who donated some of her lovely fabric. Big thank you to Nicola from number 12 Stitchco, who donated a bunch of her lovely fabric and floss rings and things. She was much too generous. A big thank you to Katie and all the team at Cottage Garden Threads, who donated fabulous prize box. Big thank you to my Aunt Lynn, who made some of her wonderful textile creations, which she donated. To my dad, who made a birdhouse. To Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs, who donated a couple of prizes as well. I put in one of my art pieces in there, and it was just, really, really incredibly grateful. So thank you all. So yeah, it was fun. And this, because this is the first time we had a winter one, we were, you know, wondering how it was going to go, but it was just the best. Like, everybody was just so happy to be together. And I remember at one point you'd sort of walk around and you'd see people just smile, and it's like, oh, I'm relaxed, I'm here. And it's a tremendous privilege to me to be able to help facilitate that. So thank you, everybody. People, I didn't get a huge haul when I was there because I'm busy with everybody, but I must show you a couple of things I managed to get. Now, I barely got to leave the guest house because, you know, I'm super busy with everybody, but I did sneak away to the beautiful patchwork store, which is like 2 doors down, to grab one of the lovely Tessa's project bags. I know this is the second last one that was there, and I grabbed it. I will leave Tessa's Instagram handle in the description box where you can find her fabulous project bags. So I snaffled that one, and I snaffled some beautiful finishing fabrics. I'm a sucker for a patchwork store. I just get so excited at all the fabrics and all the colours. I tend to go a little bit overboard. So I was quite restrained in this. I was good. These beautiful colours. I love this one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And this one, it's got little birds on it. So that was my little haul for the retreat. But what was incredibly kind is a couple of people bought me gifts, which is not necessary, but really touched me. So I just wanted to thank them and to show you as well. Stitches really are the best people. So the lovely Anna, who is always incredibly kind and generous, and who is a beautiful stitcher, she gave me this needlebook. Look at this. That's a fox. Beautiful, handmade, hand-stitched, beautiful fox having a nap needlebook. I just love it. Thank you, Anna. Oh. The lovely Linda, who was out on her travels and found this vintage little pin tray that is all, I don't know if you can see that terribly well. It's all stitched, these beautiful embroidered roses and everything. And she thought of me. And it's like, oh, thank you, Linda. That was very, very kind. And then after I got back, I got a present in the mail from the lovely Terry. It's a long story. She was very, very kind. So I gave her a present while I was there. So she was sending me back, which is not necessary, but I'm so grateful. Look what she sent me. Homemade. I have quince jam and green tomato pickles, and I have not opened them yet, so I could like show you them and not show you a half empty eaten gross jar, because as soon as I get off this, I'm going to go have some toast, because yum, like handmade, Country Women's Association official. I'm so excited. So she sent me those. She sent me a beautiful echidna card, which I just love. I love echidnas. Now, where have I put it? This beautiful little thread. Ah, there it is. This little thread keep from Hare's Nest. And I'm a bit of a fangirl over Hare's Nest, so that was very nice. And then she sent me this beautiful, it's a bit of an extra story with this, and I may tear up, don't worry if I do. She sent me these 2 beautiful antique buttons. One has a beautiful little bird on there that she said reminded her of my designs. And this one is a perfume button. This has little holes in it with a kind of like felty fabric behind, where back in the day they used to put perfume on that to help perfume themselves. And Terry doesn't know this, but I had an aunt who I loved very dearly who collected antique buttons. And she told me the story of the perfume buttons years ago. And she passed very suddenly a few years ago. And yeah, so when I got these, thank you, Terry, it meant more than I can say. So anyway, I'm going to stop now because it's all good. I just wanted to show you how kind everybody was. It was just crazy. Anyway, at the retreat, we had exclusive designs. We had finishing classes. I did a little talk showing some of my antiques again because people seemed to really enjoy that last time. And Lisa does a wonderful job of running these bingo things and games and stuff and competitions and things, and she's really good at that. And a big, big thank you to Lisa for helping me run these retreats, because she does a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to organising and everything, which I'm enormously grateful for. So thank you, Lisa. That's Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs. She's a wonderful designer and fabric dyer, so do go check her out. So yes, I should say I did the retreat bag this time. This is the bag that we had, which is there. Now everyone keeps asking me if I painted that. No. I graphic designed and collaged it though, which I think counts. So anyway, no, my watercolor painting days, I don't really have time with all of this, but hopefully one day I'll get back to it. Anyway, this is the bags that I got made up, and these are all eco-friendly dyes and everything. I wanted to have a real focus on quality, sustainable items and everything. So we had fun with that. I had such fun putting all of these together. So yes, Lisa did a design that last time she did a design based on the guest house we were staying called Glenello, and this time she did Glenello in winter, which is beautiful, on her fabulous fabric, which she gave us pieces of as well. On that beautiful blue, isn't that great? And then my design was I did a Georgian pinwheel called Teddy Bear Bees. Now I must tell you the story about that. This is it here. I put all the kit together with all the bits and everything. I love putting kits together. It was so much fun. Anyway, I'd originally planned to do a winter design, and then I was getting a bit depressed by all the dark colours and everything. So I was looking up native bees, as you do, to discover Australia has a native bee called the teddy bear bee, because they're fat and fluffy and they look too heavy to be able to fly, and they're these beautiful solitary bees. And I thought, okay, well, that's it then. I'm sorry, I have to do teddy bear bees. So I made this thing. This is my new favourite finish. It's called a Georgian pinwheel. It's based on an antique type of really portable and easy to make pin cushion, and you might see another one of those in my new releases because I got really obsessed with doing that. And it was so wonderful to see people stitch and finish this at the weekend. So really quick and easy to do. This is exclusive to the retreat now, but if you would like to see this released, leave me a comment below and we shall see. Now, I think I had a sighting of a teddy bear bee the other day. I was at the bus stop waiting for the bus, and this big fat fluffy bee just kind of flew very slowly down by my feet, and I'm like, I think it's a teddy bear bee, because it was by itself and it was really big and fat. So I think I had a sighting. I was very excited. So you must keep your eye out now, or anyone here on the mainland of Australia. Teddy bear bees, they're around. So that was in the kit. What else did we have? Oh, I made up some coffee cups, some, recycled ones. Say cross-stitch fuel on them. Made me laugh. I put some beautiful local honey in it from, because bees, from a local beekeeper, so it's Blue Mountains honey. And I put some finishing trims, and we had a skein donated from Cottage Garden Threads, thank you. These wonderful notions packs that are some of my notions pouches, which are some of my favourite, made from 95% recycled material, which I love, and these are so sturdy, they're great. I put some finishing trim in. We had a frame for Lisa's piece. Had all sorts of lovely things. So I had huge fun putting that together, and I hope everybody liked it. We got good feedback, so I'm hoping so. It was just really, really super fun. So big thank you to everybody who came, and yeah, if you would like to come next time, head over to my blog. We would absolutely love to have you. So after that, next big thing, shop update. I am so excited to get my hands on the big thing. I've been waiting to get the Nashville market releases up in my Etsy store. I know they've been much longer than usual, and I apologize for that. If you know, earlier this year I did some designs exclusive for Cottage Garden Threads to take to Nashville, so to help them launch there. And I don't know if you know, but they were hit by a cyclone like a couple of days before they left and almost didn't make it, and it was just this, they've been through a lot, and they live in the middle of, you know, the country where cyclones are not a thing, so they were not prepared, and they have been through a lot. So thank you for your patience, those of you who've had to wait a little while to get their orders. Thank you so much for your patience. I'm really, really grateful, you know, for that. So I have the Nashville designs in hard copy. I've lost my words this morning. Hard copy and PDF up in my store. And so just as a little refresher, I thought I would show you. I have my Stitch for All Seasons series that are up there. And these were designed to all fit inside the same frame so that you can pop them in and out for your seasonal displays. And they use the new Bookshelf Edit Stitches palettes, which are wonderful, already curated thread packs that work really perfectly well together, because they contain one hero, which is one of the big heavily variegated ones, and the 3 sidekicks that make that up. So they all already work perfectly together, and you can plug them into your existing stitching. They're just super handy to have on hand. So yeah, you can use them to do the Stitch for All Seasons series or for any of your other seasonal stitching. Now, while these look great in a little frame, you could also stitch them on a higher count, make little pillows for if you have like a dough bowl display. Or you could do what the lovely Emma is doing, and she's stitching all 4 of them on one piece, which is going to look fantastic. So this is the spring one using the Alice palette, which is great. I've got to find a spot. The summer one, which is using the Makata palette. Love these colours. The autumn fall one, and it does have fall charted there as well for you guys in the US. No, that's the wrong one. That has the fireplace palette. And the winter one, which has the shadows palette, which has the most gorgeous jewel tones in it. Just beautiful. So we also have in the Stitches palettes, and I'm working on exclusive designs for these that will come out in Needlework Marketplace. Cross fingers all being well in August. We have like a Halloween themed palette called Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein. And just the most perfect Halloween colours. And the most perfect Christmas colours, which is the Yule palette. Just perfect for all your Christmas stitching. So I have lots of them in my Etsy store, ready to go, as well as Zelda's Heart, which was a Hearts for Pam design, and the thread packs for that. Beautiful colours. And the Katie's Cushion design, which is the stitch panel for the middle of Cottage Garden Threads Fabulous Work Cushion pattern. I'm still getting to the stitch along with that, which I'll be doing in a different colourway. I can only stitch so many at once, but it is coming. So these are all up in the Etsy store now. Thank you very much for your patience. The other thing I have, big shop update in the Etsy store, and more about this with the new releases in a bit. I have a big restock of Cascade House embroidery silks, which are my favourite silks to work with now. Look at these colours. They're really good value, absolutely gorgeous to stitch with. And I have listed them all individually, and I have listed them with their closest DMC conversion. So you can really easily see what colours that you're getting, and they're absolutely beautiful. Highly recommended if you wanted to give them a try. It's not the full range yet. I'm working on that. But yeah, there's lots of colours for you to have a play with. So they're in the Etsy store too. I just realised I forgot to show you something else from my haul from the retreat, because I bought a bunch of Lisa's beautiful fabric. Now, Lisa, aside from being a very talented designer, is also a fabric dyer, and she sells her fabric and her designs through her website, which is Paddock Lane Designs, and also on Etsy. I wanted to show you some of these because I don't normally have a lot of haul to show, but I realised when I was getting ready for this video that I have had a bit of a splurge lately with fabric. So I've got a little bit overboard, but I can't resist. So I must show you. Now, these are some of Lisa's new colours, which are just beautiful. This one is called Royal Jester, which is a really interesting earthy kind of teal. I don't quite know how she's done that, but it's very clever. I really like it. Honestly, look at this. Dual colours. Love it. So this one is called Royal Jester. This one is called Snow Gum, which is a beautiful, earthy, slightly greeny brown, which is fabulous. This one is called Perry Sandhills, kind of lovely, earthy pink. Oh, this one I think didn't have a label on it, so we named it on the spot. Look at this. Fabulous. And pinks and sort of aged yellows, and I think we called it Potpourri. Beautiful colour. Really like that. This one is called Aquamarine. I'm a sucker for a teal. And the lovely Helen from Blue Mountain Stitcher is stitching one of my new releases on this, so thank you. And again, thank you, Helen and Heather, for your extra help during the retreat as well. That was very, very much appreciated. This one is called Royal Page, which is a fabulous earthy brown. You never have too many of those fab neutrals. And this one is called Royal Prince, which is a lovely kind of earthy, bluey, grey blue colour. Really interesting. I'm looking forward to having a play with those. See what I mean? I just get really inspired by all the colours, and then I just want to do everything. So, one of my other hauls lately that I haven't shown you, which I am remiss in doing so and will do now, is from the beautiful Teresa at Daisy Chain Stitchery, and she also dyes fabric under Whoopsie Daisy Designs. They're available from her website on Daisy Chain Stitchery, and these are some of the beautiful colours that I picked up recently. This one's called French Cafe, because who wouldn't love to imagine being in a French cafe right now? Maybe not during the elections, but anyway. Light Biscotti. Oh, I love this one. Really, really gorgeous. Warm neutral. My very favourites. This one is called Clay. Perfect colour. Gorgeous. This is, I really like this one. Teresa said this is one of her favourites as well. It's called Olive. It's a really interesting kind of grey-green. Really, really unusual. I don't think I've seen a colour like that before. Really, really nice. And then this one, which I think is now one of my very favourite neutrals, is called Vanilla Bean. Gorgeous. Really gorgeous. One of those neutrals that has a lovely bit of modelling and a little bit of colour, but is somehow bright at the same time. Don't quite know how they do that. Love these. Clever dyers. Really love this. So that's Teresa at Daisy Chain Stitchery, and I will be at the Daisy Chain Retreat coming up in September as well. which I'm really excited about, and Teresa is just lovely. So, hi, Teresa. And the other big haul I had, well, big for me, was from the ever wonderful Nicola at number 12 Stitchco. And if you've seen a lot of my designs, you know that I use her fabric a lot. I'm obsessed with it. And she had in stock at the moment recently some Weeks Dye Works fabric as well, which is quite hard to get here. So I was really lucky to pick up a couple of pieces of that. This is the beige, which is darker than I thought. So it's interesting to see it in person. Yeah. And the Weeks colour linen, which I love. That's a fabulous neutral as well. And then from some of Nicola's fabulous fabric, which you'll see more of in a minute as well. This is one she's called Aged Flax. It's actually Zweigart flax that she's aged over the top. And I've always loved flax. I love the little bit of texture in it. So really excited to that. She said she's going to do some more. So really excited about that one. And she very kindly gifted me this beautiful one of her new colours called Atelier. Nicola does fabulous neutrals that I just can't get enough of. So that. And I got some of her beautiful rickrack trim in the colour Red Rose, which you might also see more of in a minute. So if you needed some fabric enabling, that's what it is. So I've been a little bad. But yes, okay, so that's shop update. And can I just say as well, thank you very much for everyone who placed a Nashville order or who's bought something from my shop or something. I know times are tough, and I just wanted to thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. So I have some new releases. Now, I've been a little bit sneaky because I'm going to be at Needlework Marketplace the end of August. But I released these, gave these as a bit of a sneak peek for everyone who came to the retreat. And I've had a few people like clamoring for them. So I'm sneaking them in as new releases now before Marketplace. And I have so many things coming out. I thought, let's just do it now. So if you see anything here that you'd like, these are will be available to order from your local needlework store or online needlework store. And a big thank you to everyone who does that, because it's a really huge help for me, especially in these difficult times. So thank you very much. And yeah, I consider it a great privilege to be able to, you know, bring designs that hopefully inspire your creativity and bring you some happy moments. So thank you. Now, as I was rambling about teddy bear bees, I had so much fun doing this design and creating the finish and everything that I had to do, because this is exclusive for the retreat people for now. I had to do one to release for everybody. So this is a charm of hummingbirds. Now, I've called it this because do you know what the collective noun for hummingbirds is? It's a charm. So this is a charm of hummingbirds. This is stitched in overdyes, but full DMC conversion, and there's only a small amount. So if, you know, the overdyes are beautiful, and if you have them, go for it, but would look equally lovely in DMC. Now, these pinwheels, just to rearrange myself, these pinwheels are based on an old sort of Georgian type of pin cushion, which is actually really great for popping into your project bag when you're going somewhere, because the pins are all kept nice and neat inside, so no, they're not going to stick anybody. And these are actually really quick and easy to make. I've given full instructions on the pattern, as well as a template for the card circle, so you don't have to measure anything. And a whole bunch of people at the retreat stitched and finished theirs. Some of them finished on the second day. And the finishing takes like 20 minutes. Really, it's super easy. So I hope that you will give this a go. They're lovely to pop in your own little project bag. They make a wonderful gift for a stitchy friend. Or if you're going to a retreat or something and there's a smalls exchange, this would be fantastic. Really quick and easy to make. I've become obsessed with them because they're so fun to make. So there's probably going to be some more. And but if you didn't want to make the pinwheel, you could always stitch this as a little pillow, or put it in a little frame as well. So I just felt like hummingbirds for some reason. So I hope you enjoy that. Now, the next one is, I'll show you the chart so that you can see first. That's a charm of hummingbirds. And the next one is one that I have been working on for a little while, because I had this antique. I've actually been working with a lot of beadwork at the moment. And this one, anyway, this is called Flutterby. And this is based on a Victorian piece of beadwork that the movement in that fern took me, and the use of negative space, loved it. Now this is done again in overdyes on some of Lisa's beautiful fabric. It's 36 count blush from Paddock Lane Designs. It's a very, very pale pink. Now this is one of those designs that I stitched like a bunch of different times. I did it on a kind of yellowy neutral first, and it just, I don't know, wasn't working for me. And then I thought, because this is the original, let me show you. This is done, the design is done completely in beads, and the background is fully stitched in red. Now, I adored the design. I thought it was just fantastic. But when I came to stitch it, I started stitching it on red too. And while it looks fabulous, and if you want to do that, go for it, for me, it kind of made it a little bit heavy, because it's such a lovely, light and airy kind of design. I thought I would do it on a very pale pink as a way to honour the red, but to make it a little bit lighter and brighter. So that's what I chose to do, but you do whatever you want. Now, I've called this an adaptation because, of course, the original is done in beads. I'm not going to do anything in beads like that because, you know, I don't mind the odd bit of beading, but really, I'm certainly not going to stitch a background like that. Life's too short. So it's technically, although it is an antique reproduction, it's more of an adaptation because I have changed it a little. I've also changed the border slightly just to make it a little bit lighter. And I have simplified the colours very slightly because I had a lot of colours in it. So I've just made them a little bit more uniform because we've got to make it achievable for you guys to be able to do. Again, this is done in overdyes, but would look fantastic in DMC as well. Full DMC conversion is there. I just love stitching this. It's not quite square. It's almost square. So this is just in a standard frame, and it actually stitches up a lot faster than you think because a lot of it is negative space. It actually stitches up quite quickly, and it's just something that really made me happy. And when I was little, I called butterflies flutterbys, as I think a lot of people do. So I called it Flutterby. I really hope you enjoy stitching it. I think it's a lovely piece. It made me very happy. So, and then the third one that's coming out right now, I think somehow I have become the bird lady. And you know what? I'm fine with that. Seems like you guys like birds. I like stitching birds. I like stitching things that make me happy. So I have done a bird. It's a different bird though. Because you see, when I was stitching Flutterby, I was originally doing it on Nicola's beautiful red rose fabric. And I love it. It was fabulous. And don't get me wrong, if you want to stitch it on that, it's going to look great. And then because I didn't end up using it, I'm like, oh, I really love this fabric. I want to do something. So, lo and behold, this came my way. And I have done another bird. This I've called On a Low Branch because it's this beautiful bird. I'm not quite sure whether that's meant to be a peacock or a pheasant or what, but he's just jumped up on this low branch to get the little butterfly up there. It's just lovely. Now let me show you the original. Again, this is beadwork. Like, I'm not gonna do that in beads. No one's gonna do that in beads. Again, fully stitched background. I loved this. I thought it was so graphic and so beautiful that I thought it would make a wonderful monochrome piece for you guys to experiment with. Now, to echo the original, I've done it on beautiful, this is Red Rose by number 12 Stitchco on Etsy, which is my favourite red. I experimented with a lot of reds over the years. This is a really soft red. It's beautiful. This is 36 count that I did, and I used one strand of the sort of Ecru Colour 1000 of Cascade House embroidery silks. Now, I ended up using 2 skeins of that. I have lots of them on my Etsy store if you'd like to give it a go. Now, I had such fun doing this. I love a monochrome piece. They stitch up so quickly. It's really exciting. So, I used one strand because I kind of like to be able to see the stitches. I know other people really like dense coverage. If you want to do that, use 2 strands. Go for it. But the wonderful thing about this is that you can do this in any colour that you'd like. Originally, I thought maybe of doing it on a neutral background in a red. And then I thought, oh, but it'll look good in blue. Or it'll look good in green. Or it'll look good in purple. And I couldn't decide. So I ended up just following the original. And I thought you guys could have a play with what colours you would like. Again, do it on Red Rose. It's beautiful. Now, I don't have great eyes. So I must admit I found it, I needed really good light to stitch on a dark colour. But it's beautiful fabric. I'd go for it. Stitching it with silk is just such a pleasure. And yeah, if you're worried about white stitching as well, because I know some people think, oh, my white stitches aren't neat, just use one strand. It's automatically neater than if you used 2. So that's just a little pro tip. But this could be stitched on any fabric that you like, in any colour. It's all full crosses over 2, so it could be stitched on even weave or Aida, whatever you want to do. Same with all of the designs, actually, that I've got coming out are all full crosses over 2. I don't think I've put any specialty stitches in any of them. No, all full crosses over 2, so you can do any of them in anything that you like. And I will have pictures of the antiques and everything up on my blog in the next week or so. There's so much to do. But yeah, I hope you enjoy those new releases. I am busily working on a bunch of other new ones to come out at Marketplace at the end of August. And thank you for this. This will help me fund Marketplace. So I appreciate that very much. It's, yeah, exciting. It's still early in the morning. There's no leaf blowers yet. Cross fingers. It's a little bit cold because I had to turn the heater off to do the video, so I'm a little bit freezing. I've probably rambled, but you know, this is good. This is what I do. I hope you have a lovely weekend of stitching, if it's still weekend when this is up. I forgot my day it is. I hope you have a lovely day, whatever it is. Thank you again for your kindness and for everybody at the retreat and everybody else who sends lovely messages and, you know, is just incredibly kind. I will be back before too long because I have lots of new releases coming out for Marketplace. I'm working on about 20 things at once too. There won't be 20, but I'm working on a lot of things now, which is really super exciting. I just love having new things to show you. And I love seeing what you guys do with them. So again, thank you for your patience with the national releases. Go check out my Etsy store if you wanted some of the new Stitches palettes or something. They're really great. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Bye.